So isn't this a pretty street? They just did such a nice job. So this is, let's see, I think Harbor. We're on Harbor Drive. So this is not a gated community. There's canals behind all of these houses. Oh, actually, this house up here on the left, this is the one, I don't know, maybe a month ago I did a video from the front porch because, you know, the rainstorm popped up on me at night. So we parked up under their lanai, or under their front porch for a minute while the storm went by. So I decided while I was walking down, come on buddy, walking down the street, that I would make a video about lease option, or lease with the option to purchase, because somebody had asked about it in the Bonita Springs Estero Community Forum. And it's just not a likely scenario in this market. It doesn't mean it's impossible, but just for giggles, I paused my Joyce Meyer podcast and thought I will just take a look to see what's going on in the Bonita and Estero market with regard to lease option. So I looked up that term in the MLS, who's offering that, and MLS wide, which is a huge area, Lee, Collier, parts of Charlotte County, there were only 57 that were listed as lease option. When I clicked the selection just for the Bonita Estero area, it only pulled up 4. So it's not a likely scenario of anyone that's offering that, on top of the fact that I guess we'd have to verify to make sure that that was actually the correct term that somebody clicked. So there's always that human error. So there's a chance that, you know, at minimum 25% of those could be wrong, 50, 75%. It's just not a likely scenario. And there may also be pocket listings out there. The full fact of the matter is that we aren't in a market that's actually conducive to lease op. Oh, that was a duck. See, this is for my older brother. See, a min pin can flush a bird. Oh, Lord. So, I'm sorry that this is jumpy. I'm trying to hold a leash and a camera at the same time, which I should have learned my lesson. So, anywho, you know, houses are selling, so there's no benefit for a seller in many circumstances to lease with the ability to purchase later, because they can just sell it outright without the liability of having tenants and being responsible for repairs and having a buyer default or change their mind, etc. So that's a scenario we have right now. I'm just going to pause for a second. So, because this new build just finally got started. It's a good size one, huh? It was sitting as vacant lots for quite a while, and I think there were permitting or setback issues. They had to redraw some stuff from what a neighbor told me. So, and then the other thing is owner financing. Owner financing is a little bit of the same scenario. Also, I mean, there has to be a benefit for a seller to do that, and a lot of times that is surplus in the market, and not just competition in the market, but also typically people who do require owner financing may be debt heavy, understandably so they don't qualify for a conventional mortgage. So the seller does, you know, have some risk exposure, and that risk exposure is also mitigated with money down. Just because it's owner financing doesn't mean they don't want a significant amount of money down to balance out their risk, and then also a higher interest rate. So, you know, there are people who may be looking for owner financing, but when an owner says, yes, we're willing to do it with X amount down and 11% interest, they're like, oh, no, I'm not paying that interest rate. Oh, yeah, you are. I mean, there's a risk oftentimes with a seller carrying the note, and if you don't qualify for conventional financing, there's more risk. So the sellers do ask for either more equity going in up front, or some sort of a higher interest rate, shorter balloon payment, so you can either sell your house, eliminate some of your debt, or figure out how to clean up your credit in the meantime so that you qualify for a conventional mortgage. And that's it. So one last look at this pretty house over here, and there's a lovely lady out here walking her dog in her pajamas, so we're not going to make her a superstar. And that's it. Have a great weekend.